Alright, we should be live. Although, I'm being told by YouTube it's not getting a smooth stream, but oh well. See how that goes. I need to remember where I'm at with this actual show file, because I can't. It's been so long since I touched it. I can barely remember what was actually going on. So you shouldn't have to. You don't need to have watched the previous 18 hours or however much I've made of streaming to be able to understand what's going on here. It's all going to be pretty much following on from whatever. Sorry I'm late starting as well, by the way. I'm terrible with timing and there's nothing going on at the moment, so I've just been very lazy. So now I just need to have a little look around this show and see what I've actually done. Okay. So it looks like I've got all my groups made. Got all my colours done. And I've done something with softs. I've got a load of I've got some positions in. I think I vaguely remember talking about these positions before. I seem to have got most beam palettes are in there. What have I got in my outputs window? So I've got the whole rig. Those are the buttons. I haven't made grids for the individual groups. That's fine. Patch, media. Yeah, there's nothing going to be going on in media. So this is the beginnings of my flashy buttons. That should be strobing. Oh yeah, they're doing it. They're just doing a very poor job of doing it. Those are also should be doing it, but are also doing a very poor job of doing it. Same with those. So we've got spots, beams, washes, buttons. Don't know why that's called. What's strobe rate? And why is it turning on everything? It looks more like... Oh, were they not strobing because I had located them at some point? Okay, those do work. Those buttons do work. Grandmaster is set to a Q stack, and Crossfader is set to a Q stack, which needs to possibly change. I've decided I'm going to make this be a show that's just working on these 10 faders here, because most people aren't going to have an extra wing. What else we've got in execute? While I'm here, I'm going to name these. So you can click set. I'm going to call it 20 buttons. Click there and that'll call it 20 buttons. This looks like a masters page. Masters. So those should be up. Ooh, my move masters. So what is my strobe rate Q? Oh, it's just that thing. So it's not strobe rate. It's like called. It's a set. Let's just call that look 1. Oh, I forget with these first 10 playbacks it doesn't blanket. And that is a pointy move. Which is controlling. Don't know what that fade is controlling. It really should be like one of these. Probably speed. Yeah, I'll leave it on speed for now. Let's see how that goes. And then we've got atomics and a rate. Very flashy. And blinds. Cool. What else is in exec windows? Okay, so this is going to be the main busking page. Busking. And then this looks like a colors window. Or an effects window. Or maybe they'll get merged at some point. Then nothing, 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 nothing. Cool. Okay. Huh, we're in slave mode. It's probably in pass setup. DMXIO. Yeah. Oops, it's not that. I need to turn off that. And now slave has disappeared. And invalid artnet is flashing. But invalid artnet loves to flash. That just loves flashing all the time. Can I explain effects track out, please? All right, let's explain that. Effects track out. So let me make a Q stack which has got this stuff in it. What can I do? Let's have Q1 can be these spots turned on. We're going to make it this Q stack here. So this is now just those spots on. And then we're going to make those spots do an effect. Let's make sure we can see what they're doing. Make it look semi-good. Yeah, that'll do. So we'll record that on there. Set Q. Pointies on. Pointies move. Were these the pointies even? No, they're the spots. Whatever. Yeah, I should change that. The spots on. Spots move. So they go on. I need to track that through. Alright, now that's tracking through. Let's add another effect onto that Q2. Let's include Q2. And we'll put a color effect on. Color wheel flick white. Okay, that'll do. So now we have the first cue being spots on, and the second cue is now them moving and flicking to white on their colour wheel. And then we'll have a third cue where it's just them on again, but we'll do some tracking stuff. Spots on. Okay, so let's have that track through the effects as well as everything else. Actually, no, we'll get rid of the H because we put that information in anyway. So, right, this should be spots on, move, and then the next cue, we're in Q3 and we've tracked through the effects. So now, say for instance we want this Q3 to only have the color flick going on and not the tilt. Well, you can't not include the effects tracking because then that'll knock out both. So on, moving and tilting, and now they're just back to on. So they're not tracking through any of the effects now. So we want it to track through effects, but we just want, say, the tilting to stop. So if you go into the cue where your tilts are, tilt, track out, set that to yes. I'm kind of guessing at this as well. I've never actually done it, but I read the changelog. Let's see if this will actually work. So, and if it doesn't, I'll figure it out. Let's go to Q1, fire Q1, go to Q2, go to Q3. Okay, didn't tilt. So, oh, okay, it's probably... You've probably got to have it in both cues then. So if we set that to no, if we include what is it? Track out, it should be where it's some of the effects keep going and some don't, to get over the whole effects tracking thing. It came about, I think they might have been doing it anyway, but I definitely reported it as a feature / bug when I was doing the timecode show, because it was becoming a pain to continuously remake every effects instead of tracking out and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, what I think you probably need to do instead, if I get rid of Q3, if I copy Q2, let's unlink that, set that to track the effects and the LTP, spots just cull, so now we're on, moving and color, and nothing because I haven't tracked the H as well. On, moving and color, still everything. So then if I go on that cue and then I track out tilt, there we go, perfect. So now I've got spots on, tilting and color, and now just color. Although that makes me think, have they done it like that? Why have they done it like that? I may as well have just made another cue which doesn't have that in it. Oh no, I think I know what. Because, okay, I've got it. I include this cue, go to programmer, remove the color wheel flick, update. So now that color wheel flick will track through at the spot it was at, so it won't restart when it gets to Q3. So it will just keep going. Okay, there we go. That's how it's working. So if I jump back to Q2, so this is Q2, we've got the tilt and the color running. Q3, I've told the tilt to track out. So tilt, track out. The cue is still tracking everything else. The cue is still tracking every other effect, but we've told it to not track out, to not track the tilt effect. So whenever we go to it, tilt stops and color keeps going. So I wonder if you can set a fade timeout for that. If I set that to 2, let's go through the cue again. Ah, perfect. Yeah, you can set tracking out times for that as well there. Yeah, so that's tracking out effects, which I've just taught myself at the same time. Cool. It's always good to learn a bit at the same time as trying to teach. Let's call this effects track out. Something like that. Oh, of course. Backspace, effects, track out. And we'll just move it onto page over here so it's out of the way. Great. Okay. So I figure I'll just start finishing off these playbacks here. And figure out what we want to assign the Grandmaster and the X fade to. I normally put like key light on my Grandmaster and something like move speed or move size on crossfade. Don't know. But I think we'll definitely put key light on Grandmaster. So let's get our face wash. And we'll just crank that up. We haven't recorded a CTO in for it. What likes these Mac Quantum washes? Do they have a nice CTO in their color somewhere? Because they do have a white. They do have a white chip in them, but you can't control the white chip from DMX. It adds it in with certain color mixing. I think I read in the manual. Where is it? Maybe it doesn't have it in maybe I've got it in the wrong mode. Well, I'm pretty sure I've got them in Quantums. I've got them in, like, the highest mode. Edit current head, choose mode. Yeah, I've got them in the extended Mark II. Yeah, I've got them in the highest mode, so that should have like everything. Screw it. For now, I'll just put in my own CTO. Huh, that color wheel doesn't do anything to the visualizer. So we'll have no red, no green. Why are they still fully on? That's interesting. WYSIWYG doesn't know what to think about that color wheel. Okay, we'll ignore that. So we'll go all red, something like that with green. Maybe let's tilt them somewhere where we can actually see what kind of colour we're getting. That's kind of a nice CTO. There we go. So we'll tilt that down. Let's get a better view of this. Let's make that a bit tighter. Pulse, fan. I'll fan it in a bit. Take fan off, tilt it down a bit. Just catch that edge of the stage, and that'll do. So what have we got in there? We should probably put shutter information in there as well. Open. Ooh, we don't want strobing. No strobing, please. Position, color. Is there a second page of color? Ooh, that's a CTC channel. I should have just used that. Oh well. Oops. Page 2. Don't want any of this stuff. Glad to see they've got ranges in them. Ooh, 0255. Okay. So we're going to record this just straight into the stack store. Call that face wash. And we're going to put that onto... Actually, we want it on QStack 1, don't we? So we'll move spots down there, move face wash there. And then that way, if I clear that, test that, yeah, they're working. So if my setup is set so that, if I go to playback, Grandmaster function is set to be controlling QStack 1. You can set this to be all these different things. Quite often I have it set to QStack 1. So Grandmaster fader will control that QStack. So now I have key light on my Grandmaster, which is quite nice because that's kind of quite often what you might be flying towards to black out your stage. And if you wanted a full blackout, you can just hold DBO or fly every other fader down at the same time. It kind of works quite nicely. Okay, so we filled Grandmaster. We've got fader 1, fader 2, fader 3, buttons. That look we're just going to move off. We don't need that. That's not going to be in our main page. Now we might have moves. Probably have some moves on here. Unless we decide to put moves in the execute window. And then atomics, rate, and blinds. So if we have... We also need an effects dimmer, really. And we've only got... So we've got 3... In fact, I might take rate off. Because taking up a whole fader is quite a lot of real estate just for rate. So we'll just leave that like that for now. We can... Oh no. It's going to do that, isn't it? We'll move that to the execute page at some point. So... 4 faders to control tilting and dimmer effects. How would we do this? A couple of ways we could go. Could have one fader for controlling dim effects for the whole rig. or we could have one fader for dim effects for the whole rig, and then maybe separate faders for movements. Or just play around and see how it goes. Get my feet all tangled up with stuff under my desk because it's all a mess. My light of tea, almost. Ugh, dregs of tea. Okay, we'll make one Q stack, which is some kind of dim effects. We'll move the moves around. We'll have some kind of dim effects. We'll probably have like a baton effects. Baton effects. Yeah, maybe dim effects for the whole rig minus battens, and then a baton effects. And then we could have 2 move faders, but crossfade I might set to be like move speed. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do it for now, see how it goes. So we need to make a speed master, although we've already got the one in this page here. Move speed, but I will turn that off. Just check that it is off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I'll make one again so that I can show you how to make a movement speed master. So you want to select all your lights which you want to be controlling with the master. So I'm going to just do all move, just check that that is everything. I don't think it's got the buttons, and those buttons do move, so I want to select all move and button, there it is. So we'll select all move button, and we'll just put any old pan or tilt information in. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as there's pan and tilt information in there, it knows it's controlling pan and tilt as its master. So we'll do that. We can see in our program we've got pan and tilt for all these fixtures. And then I'm just going to go to my stack store, I'll record it there, and I'll call it ooh move. Ooh, oh no, we know it's all. We'll just call it move speed. And then we want to go into the options of this, go into function, and set it to be a speedmaster. QStack is speedmaster, yes. And that's it. As far as I can remember. Hopefully I haven't got that wrong. QStack is speedmaster, yes. So now it is controlling the speed of all those lights. So now if we move this to QStack 3, let's turn off pointies, move that down there, move speed, and then the same way we set up Grand Master to be QStack 1, Crossfade Master, can be all these things. We've got it on QStack 3. So now, if I activate, let's turn my pointies on and tell them to move. And then if I bring this fader down, you can see that they slow way down. Put it up to full, they move at full speed. So now that I've got this controlling speed, I'm going to set the fader for this just to control size. Because we don't need to double up on the speed. Oops. So now this fader is controlling the size of the effect, small or big, and crossfader is controlling how fast it's going. Cool. Let's tilt that back down. Sweet. So, buttons, dim effects, button effects, point you move. What should we put on this other one? Button move, I guess. Why not? So in that case, I might make this. Oops. For now. Come on, Chamsys. For now, we will rename this. Move. I don't know. We'll just say movers move, or movers. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. You gotta take it out first. Oh no! Complete failure. Movers. And we'll have one called button move. Sweet. Okay, it's looking good. We've got spots on pointies, washes, buttons. This will be dim effects for the whole rig, minus buttons, and then button effects. Movers moving, buttons moving, atomics, and blinds. Alright. Good start. These are all our masters, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Oh, I hope that didn't just activate it. If you activate a master at the same time as deleting it, you're not going to have a good time. Hopefully it's still in here. Move size, move speed. Okay, yeah. Go away. Don't want you. Could do with naming all these. Don't know what these are. It's face wash, washes. What is 4? This is where you should name all your stuff. Spots white. Spots white. Oh, that doesn't name the Q stack. Spots white. That's that look. Buttons on. These are all going to be colours, aren't they? Oh no. What is that? Oh, that's... What? This has got... Oh no, yeah, okay, this is spots red. Let's just check. Okay, yeah, let's call these things. Spots red. That's spots amber. Boring naming things. Spots yellow. Spots green. Spots sea green. It's gonna be cyan. Blue. Spots blue. Dark blue. Spots deep blue. Spots UV. Just a hunch. Yep. And then this will be hot pink. Spots hot pink. That's supposed to be spots CTO. And that's spots CTB. And then pink. Turn off those. Spots pink. I really made a light green. Okay, this looks different. What's this? Why? Confused myself. Is this just a spots amber or something? Spots deep orange? No, it's like some colour wheel thing going on as well. Don't know what these are. I'm gonna... Where is it used anywhere? Not used on any playbacks. You can disappear. Goodbye. What are you? Use in exec grid 3 item 17. That one. Ooh, I wonder if that's... That might be soft C1 plus C2. It is. Why didn't I name these? Spot C1 plus C2. Perfect. Okay. Let's move these to make it a little more nice. I'm gonna... I'll leave it there for now. Where's spots white? Patterns. Ah, there's spots white. Spots white. Move you there. Okay, white, red. It's a shame that that didn't name these at the same time. You can't type and then do it. White. Red. Amber. Yellow. Green. Sea green. Hope. Yeah. Cyan. Blue. Deep blue. UV. Magenta. Hot pink. CTO. CTB. Pink. Light green. And C1 plus C2. C1 plus C2. What are you? Page 1. Okay, so you're that playback. Where's that pointies fader? There. Washes. Blinds rate of extra rate. Oh, I can scroll up. Well, blinds is like over here. Bands is there. Atomics. Rate can disappear there. Washes. Dim effects. Pattern effects. Movers. There's band move there. That can disappear there. So can look one. these can move over here. Okay, that's looking a bit more tidy. Cool. So let's make the rest of these colors for our execute page. Let's move these off down here. So we've got, these are the colors for my spots. Let's move this somewhere a bit nicer. Put it there. And we will make some colors for the pointies. Alright. So, white. Red. Then I've got a choice of which orange we'd go for. I'll probably go for that one. Yellow. Green. I don't think it has a turquoise, so I'll use... yeah, I'll use that dark green as green. And then I'll use sea green. I'll use the light green for the kind of sea green looking one. Cyan. Don't think it has. Yeah, it calls it azure in the pointy. And then blue. Deep blue. Huh. WYSIWYG thinks the deep blue is slightly brighter than normal blue. No matter. UV. I guess UV pretty close. Magenta. And then there's no hot pink in it, so I'm just going to double up the magenta. It does have a CTO. Don't think it has a CTB, so we'll double that up with white. It doesn't have a pink either, so that'll have to double up as magenta. And it doesn't really have a light green. You know what? I'm going to get rid of light green. I don't like it. I think that's stupid. Instead, we're going to put rainbow in there instead. So I want pointy scroll. And we want to put a scroll in for the spots as well. Scroll. And then we'll have a C1 and a C2 for the pointies. And hopefully that will work. Hopefully I've made that previously and it will work. So I should just have to click that. And it should just do it. Let's just check the programmer. Yeah, that should be it. C1 plus C2. Alright. See if those have worked. Don't seem to be working right now. Soft C1, soft C2 are set to link. Oh, it's because that group doesn't exist? Yeah, that group doesn't exist. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Move you there. And copy you there. Clear region and set region. Now go orange and cyan. Perfect. Orange and blue. All red. All orange. It's not getting everything. It's not got some of those pointies, I think. Yeah, it's not doing the pointies at all. Pointies, soft C1, soft C2. Okay, interesting. Okay, they're not linked. The one kind of light that's not linked to those palettes. So now I need to remember exactly which ones it was. I think it was just pointies 1. Yeah, pointies 1 C1, pointies 2 C2. And then record into there. And then that should be updated to say soft C1 and soft C2. So now this should work. I'm cleared. Yeah, red is working. Cool. Sweet. That's worked. Get rid of light green. Light green is just... Ugh, why did I make that? Perfect. Okay, so now if I go red and cyan, turn everything on, everything is now red and cyan. Pointy and spots are now red and cyan. It's a nicer way of making the of splitting your types of fixtures of having colour instead of just having all pointies red and all pointies cyan, all spots cyan. Why is they not? Yeah, instead of just having that, so then if you were to take out one of each, you would still have all cyan and all red. By having it split like this, you can take... Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, it's because I'm on that. Yeah, so you can take out one group of lights, and you've still got a red and cyan look going on. I need to set some of these to solo. Oops. Solo. 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 Perfect. Not perfect. All of these need to be solo. There we go. Now it's perfect. Now it's good. Okay. Let's do our 6 washes. Piece of cake. Wash. White. That's up to you if you make it normal white or just white. Yeah. WYSIWYG doesn't like my just white. Okay. We'll go with that. Can I clear? Man, that stuff outside is loud. We'll go white, record, dark red. Don't really want that information in there, but it's not affecting it, so I'll leave it. Red, orange. Really, I should have this referencing this Q, because this is my CMY RGB set of colours. Yellow. We'll go green. And I'm just going to do these and probably not say very much at the same time, because this is dull. You can listen to the great building works going on outside instead. I didn't even click deeply that time. Now for scroll, seeing as we don't have a colour wheel, we'll just put in a effect. We'll go duplicate elements. And if you oversize it, you get a rainbow, proper rainbow colour going on. And you can double check if you go to view heads. Let's take that out of the programmer. Apparently it's not in. Why is that coming up as saying pink? Anyway, go to view raw, and then you'll see these values jumping around, and we need to make sure that this effect is changed to absolute. Oh, I need to change it to RGB. Some fixes I think the fixes I don't know how it works. Sometimes you click CMY and oversize it. Sometimes you do RGB and oversize it. I swear. Size 200, output. Yeah, there you go. You want one to get to 255, and the other one to jump up, that one to go down, that one to go up, that one to go down. That way you get a proper rainbow fade. So we'll set the spread to 0. Maybe put a little bit in. Maybe change the direction. Also, at the end of the day, it's whatever looks best. It's put segments in automatically because of duplicated elements, I believe. So that should be that. We will record that. Scroll there. And then finally, we will make wash 1 and wash 2. Actually, no, we don't have to do that because it's already, should be already made in Soft C1 plus Soft C2. Don't know if I like that selection, but we'll go with it. C1 plus C2. Record there. Great. Set all these to solo. Red, amber, yellow, green, sea green, cyan, blue, deep blue, UV, hot pink, CTO, CTB, pink, scrolly boy, and C1 plus C2. And C1 plus C2 is working. Nice. Okay. So that spot's been washed. Blinders and atomics don't have to do it. I just need to set one for the buttons now. Line of colours for the buttons. Where are my buttons? Oh yeah, purple. Let's make that beam a bit tighter. Alright, let's go. White. Deep blue. Deep blue. Whoa. CTB. Pink. I should have recorded that scroll effects. In fact, I probably can. If I click include scroll, go to effects, record there. Rainbow. Select those. Do we have a symmetrical selection? Button left, right. This should do. All button left, right. We'll go to effects and we'll click that. How does that look? We're going to set segments to 20s. Yeah, that'll do. Why not? call it scroll anyway. I screwed up calling it scroll. So button 1 and button 2 should be good for soft C1 and soft C2. Maybe. Looks interesting so far. White and yellow. It should be good. Let's record it. C1 plus C2. I was using group G1, not G2. Can I copy... Oh, shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. Why did it suddenly do that? Copy that group. Damn you. Oops. Copy that group into there. Copy that group there as well. Yeah. Red and blue. Everything else is red and blue. White and red. White and blue. Alright, perfect. Oh. One more question. When I record playback with strobing, always there are some heads still strobing when playback is released. Can I fix that? Yeah, a couple ways you can fix that. One way is to do what I normally do and have a cue. Where's my... Be full screen. Be full screen. Why you know full screen? So just record a shutter open cue so that when you, if I activate these, come on, if I turn these on and I tell them to strobe, so whenever I release these, they just go back to being shutter open. If I didn't have that on, turn those on, turn those off, they'll just keep strobing forever. So I have a shutter open channel always on. You can do it that way, or that's like the simplest way to do it. Another way you can do it is you could have each strobe cue. Let's copy one. Copy that over there. Oh no, that will, because it's a thing, it's like that. Let's include it, and I'll record it there. So this is a new cue. So if I click that and release, it's going back to that. Let's turn that off. So now let's include that into the programmer, and we'll record it into that cue stack as well. So now that cue stack has got this first cue, which is the strobing, and the second cue is shutter open. If I set this to cue timing, call this strobe, and call this one open. Ooh, open. And now if you go into its options, go to activate release, release executes last step, and release resets to first step. Now when I click it, it strobes. When I release it, it will execute what that last step is, which is be open. If I move this down here, I might be able to see it in action. So if I click it, it's strobing, click it off. Okay, you don't see it happen, but it's doing it. Strobing, not strobing, it's executing that last cue. The third way you can do it is in the setup menu. Where is it? Windows? Keypad? Programmer, I think. Programmer. Unused channels return to default. If you have that set to yes, then all of the heads will go back to default values unless they're being told to do something. So if I click that strobe now and then release it, they go back to the default strobing value, which is don't strobe. So yeah, there's 3 ways you do it. I normally just have a cue, which is shutter open. I've played around with doing it the other way, and I've never programmed a whole show with this set TS. Not yet, anyway. Might do it one day. Be an interesting experiment to do. See how I'd program differently. Alright, what was I doing? Colours. This is definitely a bug, surely. This isn't latest beta either, so don't know why I didn't open my latest beta version. Okay, what am I going to do with these ones? Do I have anything else to make a colour with? White. Don't think so. You could make another row for key light if you want to have different coloured key lights. Might as well just do that. Let's do it with the wash, because I end up doing that quite often. So we'll use face wash, white, red. Why haven't I recorded all these other values? Definitely playing around lately with different ways of recording or structuring my whole shows, because I end up just kind of doing the same thing. I almost feel like getting in a bit of a rut. Face wash, white, red. Let's turn these on so I can see what's going on. Orange. Yellow we've got, green we've got, sea green we don't have, something like that. Cyan, yeah, we got that. Blue, got that. Oh no, that's ugly blue. Ugly, yucky blue. There we go. No, dark blue is the one where we wanted just to do that. Dark blue, UV. Magenta, yep, that's good. Hot pink. CTO. Oh, we already made one, didn't we? But we didn't record it. That was very dumb. Let's go back to the stack store, and if we include that and then record CTO, there we go. And then for old time's sake, let's just check that this is referencing that palette. It is not. Let's make sure it does. Include face wash. Oh, actually, if we're making a execute page with all these, then this doesn't need to include color information here. We can get rid of that. Update. Cool. Okay. Why you do that, Chamsys? CTO. Just need to make a CTB. Leave that there. something like that. Pink, looks good. Black. Just white. I'm not going to be able to make that, I don't think. Yeah, I could have it just be that. Why not? Is there a difference? In fact, no, I don't like that. Changing my mind. I'm just going to take you completely out of there. You cannot be just white. Okay, that'll do. No worries, Tina? Tine? Sorry for butchering your name. I'm a terrible person. Face wash. So we've got face wash on white. Let's make one for red. Amber. I should be naming these as I type, as I go, I mean. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bother because they're not actually going to stay as these names. Going to change them all. Although, no, actually, no. Yeah, I'm going to not do it. They're all going to be a bit different. Magenta, hot pink. Would I want to put scroll in there and C1, C2? I'll leave it out for now. Right, so the reason why I'm not going to name them all the colours, silly buttons, is because I'm going to set them as bitmap images. I'm going to record this view, layout 2. Okay, layout 2. Layout 3 is outputs, layout 1 is that, layout 2 is that. Okay. So we're going to set these button bitmap. I've made a load of bitmaps. It's a shame you can't see them in like a thumbnail view. But either way, I don't think I want these numbered ones. I want these old ones. So I'll set those as button bitmap white. Red. Let's just check that's working. Yes. Amber. Oops, not view item. Don't be so silly. This was amber, wasn't it? Amber, 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 amber up. Yellow. So you always want to be selecting the up one. If you select the down version, it does not work. Or so the manual says. I've not actually tried it. Which one did I just select? Sea green. Sea up. Cyan up. Oh, I think I called it norm blue. Deep blue. Fun bitmap. UV. Magenta. Hot pink. CTO. CTB. Do I have one for pink? Yeah, I do. And then scroll. I think I just set that as rainbow. Rainbow up. And then I don't think I've got one for C1 plus C2. I just set that as rainbow as well. Okay, so if we now view it properly, now we've got all the colours there. So we don't need to, these need to be set to solo. Don't need to have the names of the colours, so instead, just gonna name these all spots. Damn, that didn't work. Highlight, set, spots. There we go. Highlight, set, pointies, highlight, set, washes, highlight, set, patterns, face wash. Cool. Let's chuck a position in. Ugh, that's a horrible looking bit of face-like colour. Yeah. Not bad. I think I need to turn the brightness on this way down, because those look just kind of super garish. How can I do it? That's better. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. So these ones I might actually rename C1 plus C2, so that I just know C1 plus C2. Oh yeah, set C1. Oh god, no! Have I renamed something weird? I don't think so. Set C1 plus C2. And these I'm gonna set as scroll. There we go. It's a bit more easier to see. Cool. So these I will just move up to be right next to those. So there we go, that's all the colours nicely in a nice little neat little package. Doing their thing. And then we'll have a little space for beam stuff. And then maybe, I don't know, other random shit. And then some other random shit over here. But now I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. I'll be right back. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, I'm back. What the shit are we doing? Oh, my headphones are going bonkers. Okay, let's do some cool stuff. We've got colours in there. Let's make some dim effects. So, on this blind fader, I'm also going to have a few blind chasers going on. So let's make those. And we're probably going to want to just quickly check if I go single highlight, just to see what order this group has these blinds in. We're going from the top. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's see what that gives us. So let's go add effects, intensity, dim chase. Actually, you know what? Let's use the dim chase that I've created. The sine dimmer chase, because the Chamsys dimmer chase. Christ, I am hiccupy at the moment. The Chamsys dimmer chase is a saw wave dimmer chase, or a triangle wave dimmer chase rather. My dimmer is a sine. Now is it dim sine v2? Any sine wave? Any? I can't remember which one I actually made it. I think it's dim sine v2. Pretty sure. We will go duplicate elements. If I show you it on the outputs window, you should be able to see. Is there a view grid button? Yeah, view grid. So you can kind of tell that they're doing a bit more of a swing as opposed to just a straight up and a straight down. If I put them in a line, you'll be able to tell a whole lot more. So if I set this to, what is this, 7 by 1. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's not very obvious, but I think in real life it gives off a nicer, smoother effect, a bit more human. I think the MA curves default to sine. So anyway, let's make a sine wave chase, and we will make sure that our width is fairly low, and we'll go in out. Ooh, that means I need to do some direction stuff. Okay, let's create a different order for this. They're not in my plan, which is a bit annoying. I can make it from memory. So, what is it? 3 along the top, and then 2, then 2. Oh, I can just do this. 3, 2, 2. So it's if I highlight single, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need it to be. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 5. I'll go 6, 6, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 7. And I'll call this blinder left right. Great. Okay, that's good. Now we can go blind left right, add effects, user, dim sign v2, duplicate elements. And now we're going left right across the rig. Just what we want. Let's move that width down, something like that. And then we want to change direction. And then we'll increase that speed a whole lot. What does that grid look like? It didn't... Oh, yeah, this is a different one. View grid, 7x1. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. So we'll call this out in. We'll just call the first one on, make sure it's on Q timing. And then, so we still got that in the programmer, so let's change that to be something a bit different. So maybe let's do, maybe let's set parts to be 2. And now we've got like a 1-2 going on. So I'll record, I'll just name it 1-2. And then maybe we'll just have a spread across the whole thing. So we'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. And maybe increase the spread a little bit. And we'll slow that down a bit, something like that. Now we'll record that, call it spread, click there, clear. Okay, so now we've got blinders on, out in, 1-2, and a spread. Nice. Sweet. So now we've got some blind effects going. Don't really need to set a fade between them, because the lights will fade themselves. And if I'm changing between it, I want it to kind of change pretty snappy. We'll get rid of that tracking just cause. Just cause. Sweet. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, so atomics. We want to make that rate be somewhere on this screen. Or maybe we'll put it on the master screen. So if I go to Stack Store, I put it in here, didn't I? If I include, or was it copy? Do you copy a QStack over to the execute window? Yeah, perfect. So this is going to be our strobe master rate. That's the thing with Chamsys. When you make a execute window button, it will keep whatever. It will apply the last button bitmap you last applied to a different button. So you need to continuously clear button bitmap. That should be a bug report that maybe I should do at some point. So now we've got our rate controlling the rate of strobes. I should probably turn down the brightness of that in WYSIWYG, but that's fine for now. You know what, I am going to do that now because that's just stupidly bright. Really, like that just cuts through so much. Like, fader at barely anything and it's already like stupidly bright. So let's go into CAD. Just gonna edit some WYSIWYG bits. sure does like to take a while to load. If I can remember how to do this. Fixture. Atomics. Beam intensity multiplier. I'm going to put it 0.5. So we're halving its intensity. Let's see what that does to it. That's a bit better. I might put it to 0.1. Or I'll put it to 0.15. If that's possible. I'll try 0.2, see what that looks like. Yeah, let's do 0.1. Ooh, Alt, Enter. Back to live. Okay, yeah, that's much better. I've kind of got a lot of strobes in this rig. Okay, so at the moment they're just all strobing. At the same time. So I'm going to have one that is just them all strobing, and I have one which is like them doing random strobe. And maybe one which is them, maybe just like the bottom, or like layers, so like the truss ones, then the next 6, and then the next 6. That could be quite good. So we'll just add an intensity effects. We will set our crossfade to 0. Set the size really low for a moment so we can kind of see what's going on. And then we will go to reorder effects, random, increase the speed, turn the width down a bit. Maybe randomize it again. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. Increase that speed some more. What happens when we make it a bit brighter? Yeah, that is nice and random. Let's make it a bit dimmer again. Maybe decrease the speed a bit. Increase the width a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's record that. So we'll say this is rand. So it's not quite random because it is going through a loop. But I'm just doing this because I do have that. I'm having the strobe main intensity, the strobe rate being controlled on a different fader as well. So just using this as a workaround. So we will call this one sync strobe and rand strobe. Q timing. And we'll go back to here. We'll put them back to normal order. We'll slow that right down. Oh god, slow down so we can see what's going on. I need to see what fixtures we've got. Oh man, it's so bright. Okay, so there's 4, and then 6, and then 6. And they're probably going, scrolling across the top, and scrolling across the middle, and scrolling across the bottom. Okay, good. So if I go to Advanced View, if I set the first 4 to 0, the next 6 to 33, and the next 6 to 67, set my width to 33, so that each light is only on for 33% of the time. I should have a nice top, middle, bottom going on. If I speed that right up, and then you can have like each beat or something. Something creative with that. Dun 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 dun. Something like that. So let's call that top, bottom. And then we'll set spread to 0. Actually, no, set spread to 100. Set parts to 2. And we'll see. Change that direction to center in. I don't really like that. I know what I want it to be, so I'm just going to I'm going to do it myself. So I want 0, 50, 50, 0, 0, 50, 0, 0, 50, 0, 50, 0, 50, 50, 0, 50. Oh, it's close. I think this is right. Set that width to 50%. Record that. I'll call it 1, 2 onto atomics. Let's play that back. Huh. I want that to be doing something slightly different. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it should be like that. There we go. And the size on these need to be set to 100. Previous Q 100. 100. And yeah. Okay. Clear. So now we've got a strobe 1, 2. A strobe top, bottom. A randomy strobe. And a completely synced strobe. And they all have their rate of strobe controlled right here. That's kind of interesting. Kind of like it. Cool. So now we got some cool stuff on blinds, cool stuff on atomics. We'll get to the movements in a moment. Let's make some cool stuff for dim effects and button effects. Although really, I think that I'm going to make these masters. So what I will have... So this is just a blank queue at the moment. There's literally nothing in here. No information whatsoever. It's just a name and a placeholder. And you do that just by having nothing in the programmer, click record, click a button, and it will make a placeholder thing. So if I include this queue, let's select all my moves, not including the buttons, and I'll put some intensity in there. Go update, triple click, options, function, we will set this to be an intensity master. And now it says in this little blue bar here, IM stands for intensity master. And to activate it, you need to just hit the play button. And now you're an intensity master for dim effects. Ooh, no, you don't want intensity master, you want size master. You want size master because it's size of the effect. That's right. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with button effects. So include, select all my buttons, put a bit of intensity in, update, triple click, and size master. And press play. Okay, so now these are dimmer effects masters for buttons and for the rig. And I will place all my dimmer effects in a couple rows in the execute window here. So now this is where group selection and things like that are going to come in pretty handy. So I'm going to do the bands first because that's going to be easier. Way easier to worry about. So I also want to check if I've got some symmetrical selections. I don't know if I will want any for buttons. Let's see what happens. If I go add effects, intensity, dim chase, let's include elements. Let's check what's actually happening in the outputs window. It's kind of super small to be able to see what's actually going on. So if I change this crossfade, yeah, I can kind of see it in the viz now. It is working properly. Scrolling down them. Okay, so it's scrolling down them that side and then it's going up on the other side. So that would be good for in-outs probably. Or maybe not. Let's just have a look. Cell 1 in each of these lights. Is the bottom? Or is that the top? Looks like the top. What's cell 2? 0.2. 0.5. Oh, cell 1 looks like it's at the bottom. I want to just select the main element. I don't want to select all elements. Outputs window is still garbage for selecting multiple head elements. So if I add an effects on that, yeah, that's behaving as I'd expect. I just need a different selection order. All button left, right. So I need to I should reorder this group, I think. Or at very least I'll make a copy of it. And I'll call it top down, left, right. So I'll read them from the top down and then going from left to right. Because this group is reading them from the top left down, moves along column, goes down, then moves along column, goes up, then moves along column, then goes up. So I'm just going to keep that just in case that comes in handy. This one I need to rearrange so that it should be, let me think. Let me just double check. So 1, 2, I don't want 3, I don't want 4. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one, not that one, that one. Then we want to still be going top down here. Top down, top down, top down, top down. Perfect. Okay, that's what we want this one to be. Or button TDLR. Really? Oh, button TDLR. So we'll select that, go add effects, intensity, let's go dim, chase, include elements. So now everything should be going from left to right and going top down. Perfect. Just what I want. Just what I want. Okay, so I tend to do like the same thing almost every time with baton effects. So at the moment I've got everything kind of going down. See if I can make something that looks a bit more interesting on this rig. I think to get anything, what I'm currently thinking of, I need to pixel map it. So at the moment I'm just going to settle on finding something that looks kind of nice. So I'm going to want to set my parts to some kind of number like this. So we'll just call this some kind of standard rain, some kind of falling down effect. We're going to record this into the execute window here. Why does that look like it's doing weird stuff? Oh, it's because of the parts I've used. Let's view that queue. It's because I've put it in a weird parts number. That's why it looks strange. If I set this to 0, and if I just play with the spread, I should get something much nicer looking. Something a bit more contiguous over the whole thing, as opposed to something with jumps in it. Keep scrolling up. We want this spread to be huge. Big old spread. Big chunky spread. There we go. So it seems we're editing that cue directly. We don't have to click update or anything. We were doing that in the cue. But what I will now do is include it. I will stop it from running back, and we'll edit it in the programmer and make a new cue out of it. So we've got something going down. Let's make something with, say, 4 parts. Or maybe just 2. So a little 2-part on and off. Maybe we want it to be a 4-part on and off. Or maybe we'll go 2 parts and we'll just make the segments 2, just so it looks a little bit more obvious to the eyes that we are doing it in pairs. So we'll record that there. We'll call the first one rain. Oop. Yep. Call the next one twos. And then you can't have buttons without having a twinkle effect. So if I go reorder and random, get rid of these, set my width a bit smaller. There we go. We got some kind of twinkle going on. Maybe randomize it again. And we'll record that and go twinkle. Set those to be solos. And now you've got a rain, a twos, and a twinkle, and should all be intensity controlled by this fader here. So we can select them, fade it in, change it, fade it out, fade it in, fade it out, change it, do whatever. While still being able to flash the main buttons on top of it. Oh, a bit squiffy. Alright, so there's a few button effects in there. Let's add a few like whole rig dimmer chasers and hope that the group orders are actually decent. So we'll move left, right. Let's see what we've got here. Add effects, intensity, dim chase. So this is doing the whole thing. Just from left to right. Could be useful. We're definitely gonna need another group. We're definitely gonna need to make some symmetrical selections here. So let's copy these 4. I'll put them down here. And call this move sim. Call this spot sim, pointy sim, wash sim. And then we're going to want to make this selection be all symmetrical like yo. So let's actually see what we're playing with. So we've got these ones that we need to make symmetrical. Let's just check this group selection order in the first place. So I'll just go in there, I'll go single highlight, check my outputs window. Okay, so this is doing the top-downy kind of thing. I don't want that. I want you to be doing kind of a symmetrical thing. I swear I remember making a symmetrical selection before. Did I just not... Is that a different version? Huh. Well, they're not here now. We'll move left, right, top, down. Yeah. So I need to make some kind of symmetrical selection involving these lights. So I'm thinking, what's the best way to do it? So I'm going to want to be going around the stage. So working backwards from the stage, I'll probably go from that to that. If I go there, 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 there. So a little curl around. Go back to my layout 1 and I'll update spot sim. So now spot sim should be single highlight. Cool. It kind of looks roughly like what I want it to be. Let's see how they look doing an effect really quick. Add effect, intensity, dim chase. If I set direction to be center in, speed that sucker up. Doesn't look too bad, really. What if I set parts to 2? I'd like to change it slightly. So I'm going to instead make it go from you, up to you, to you, to you. And then I'll come around like this, and I'll jump back. Come back to the front. See what that looks like. Ooh, wow, why aren't we outputting? That was strange. Spot sim, add effects. Oh, because I pulled that fader down. Okay, I think I'm happier with that. Change that parts to 2. Cool. Alright, so I'm happy with that symmetrical selection. Let's just do the same for the other couple groups. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, you're going top down as well, aren't you? Screw that. So it's all those yellowy ones. In fact, to make it easier, I'll just make you all yellow. Oh, that's green. There we go. Yellow. So how do I want to play this? I'll start with you. I'll come down here. I'll do 1, 2, 3, and then come around the side. Jump to the back, do you, and go back up there. Record over the top of that. Let's add an effect. See how this looks. Change the crossfade right down, set that direction to center in, pass to 2. Speed that sucker up. I think I'm pretty happy with that. That's my selection anyway. Not so happy about that effects. And then wash sim is going to be a piece of piss. Like, it's probably already basically done. Like, we probably don't need to do anything. Eliminate single. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Buttons, don't think we're going to need to do anything. Now the trick is just to merge them all and put them in all move sim. That's the tricky bit. So I'm just going to put them all straight out, straight pan, tilt them front audience, make everything zoom narrow. While I'm on this zoom narrow stuff, I'm just going to set these images to be correct. Attribute values. So zoom narrow is now narrow. Medium I think is medium already. Holding shift and set. Clicking on a palette will let you change the image of it. And yes, I want you. So now, yeah, they're now correct, as opposed to being wrong. If you rewind, you'll see that they were all showing zoom medium, which is not my friend. And while I'm doing this, I may as well set the iris images. This was iris narrow, I think. I think there's one smaller than that somewhere in here. There. And shift set, iris wide. Can be pretty much any open image. But I will pick the one that's next to it. Just cause. It's identical to the zoom wide image. Alright, so now let's try and select these lights in an order that makes it look good. There's a couple of ways I'm thinking about doing it. I'm going to try a couple of them. So first I'm going to do the washes, and then I'm going to do the senior spots, but only up to halfway, and then I'm going to do the pointies, but again only up to halfway. Well, actually no, the pointies I'll do all the way. And I'll jump back to the spots. And then I'll finish the washes. Let's see what that looks like. This might be weird. Always sim test. Oh, of course. You can't do it in the outputs window because it sets it to being the outputs window. You can't select normal heads and multi-element heads at the same time and then record them because it's fucked. That's a bit of a bugger. Even though it's got them all selected here, I don't know a way around this other than doing it a different way. I don't know what way that would be. Well, I know what way it would be. I could just type the numbers out or lay them out. It's doable. I would just really like to do it in this outputs window. Can I do dot at and then record? I'm not holding my breath. No. They're selected. I've got these ones selected, but there's only 6 heads in here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out in just a moment. That's really annoying. Outputs window being stupid. Even though, where's grid options? Multi-elements, no. But when you select this head, still selects the first element. Oh, the only way I can think of doing it is with syntax or in the heads window. By clicking these. Can't be bothered to do that, really. It's a lot of effort. Surely there's an easier way around this. If I do that and then record there, that's selected 4 heads. Okay, so if you finish with a not a multi-element head, then it will work. But if you finish with a multi-element head, then it's bust. It's one of those bug tracker things that I keep meaning to write, but I just get the feeling it's just going to get ignored because it's not deemed important enough. So I'm going to swap my selection in that case. I'll do my spots. then my washes. Oh no, I didn't mean to do all those washes. Do all those spots, I mean. So halfway, then washes halfway, then pointies all the way. Then the rest of the washes, then the rest of the spots. And that should work. Yes. Okay, so that's one selection for Ulsim. The other one that I was going to do, I just need to make sure it doesn't end on that wash. The washes kind of make sense as the start and end point. What if I do this? What head are you? 304.1 plus 304. Okay, I can do that. I will select you. So along the top, down like that. There's no way I'm going to remember the order I'm selecting these. Oh man. Okay, along the top. Then I'm doing yellow colour, yellow colour, yellow colour, yellow colour, yellow, yellow. That. You. Yellow colour, yellow colour, yellow colour, yellow. You. Oh, fuck, I can't remember what head number that is. I think that's 306 plus 306. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please. 47? Why the 47? Did I miss one? I think it's that one. Oh, it's 304. Plus 304. Okay, this should work. So that one's bollocks. This should be an Ulsim. This should be an Ulsim. So I'm not sure which one's actually going to turn out better. Highlight single. Not going to be able to tell by doing that. We just need to add an effect. See how it looks. Change the direction to into center. Turn that X fade down. Turn that parts up. Are they zoomed right in? There we go. I mean, it doesn't look... I mean, it's symmetrical looking. Let's see what the other one looks like. I can't remember if I selected 1 or 2. Intensity, dim chase. Oh yeah, this is the more classic one. So I'm gonna just rename that classic sim. This is gonna be called test sim. Oh. Parts and direction. Ooh, something's a bit squiffy. I think it's because I selected the at 306, so it made it a bit odd. Yeah, 306 is going to be at the end, isn't it? Yeah. So I need to redo that selection. But meanwhile, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back soon. Maybe I've got an image of a... Do I have a thing that says be right back? No, I won't. Yeah, just let everyone know that I'll be right back. If anyone's like, what the fuck's going on? Matt's disappeared for a bit. All right, I've got my energy back. Let's redo the selection order. Man, I hate Chamsys sometimes. So what was wrong with it? I did at 306 instead of at 304. Okay, so I just need to. I'll just make it all again. Alrighty, let's go into U outputs. So if I deselect, actually, yeah, I'll just make it all again. So U, yellow, yellow color, yellow color, yellow color, yellow color, yellow color, yellow. Actually, no, not that one. Yellow. You. Oh, I missed that one. Yellow. Color, yellow. Color, yellow. Color, yellow. Color, yellow. Red. And then you've got to type plus 304. Bam. Done. Group. This was Classic Sim. Perfect. Okay. Let's go with that. Add effects, intensity, dim chase. Parts, direction, crossfade, and speed. There we go. That's correct. Okay, so that's what it looks like that. What does it look like when we increase the spread? It needs to kind of look decent. Kind of doesn't look half bad. Like, there's not too many of one fixture type disappearing at any one point. Ooh, quite a lot of spots disappear there. It's kind of alright. Yeah, might go with that. So we'll use Classic Sim and Test Sim. So yeah, Classic Sim, this will be our basis for making all of the dimmer effects that will be controlled by this dimmer effects size master. Oh, my biscuit almost fell off in my tea. Man, that was close. Alright. Add effects, intensity, dim chase. I know we just had it going and I just got rid of it, but we got it again. It's all good. Chill. Let's change this direction to be center in. Let's make a 2s. I like to put a little bit of a X fade in and turn that width down. So you get a tiny bit of black between so we'll call this one 1, 2. I kind of want some more interesting colors to look at. I mean, that effect kind of looks pretty interesting to me. That could be cool. Maybe if I put a little bit of an attack on it, or maybe a lot of an attack on it. Hike that crossfade up. Maybe not that much. So yeah, let's have that. We'll call that sim round. And that kind of looks alright for a little fours chase. Just record that as fours. Get rid of that attack. And then maybe we'll have something which is a bit more spready. Now we'll just call that spread around. Spread around. And that will do with that group. And we might add some effects onto this group here. So if we change this to be center in, actually let's do center out, because why not? Change the spread to something a bit lower. Hike this width right down. Huh, that's a pretty strange selection right there, isn't it? Why is that so spazzy? Single highlights. It should be okay. Add effects, intensity, dim chase. So this can be like a rig left-right wipe. So we'll say rig wipe LR. So surely changing this to be direction center out. Yeah, that's more what I expect. And we will put an attack on you. Change that spread a bit lower. It just doesn't enjoy me changing the spread. But when I record it, it goes back to normal. So center out. If I blind and then play that back, it works fine. Oh, now the programmer's behaving again. So what have we got? We got a 1-2. We got a symmetrical around. We got some 4s. We got a little weird spread around. Rig wipe left right. A center out. We can probably make a top down. If we use, we could do a pixel map effect on one of these groups quite easily. If we can copy this grid, 25 by 23. So let's find one of these groups. We'll move LR top down. Let's just use group 7. What was it? 25 by 23, I think. 25 by 23. Is it possible? Can I copy you? Nice. That was nice. That was good. Good job, Chamsys. You did good there. We'll move left, right. The only weird thing is we've now got... We shouldn't have... I don't think we should have these in here. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll move left, right. Should not have those in there. Nor should it have these. Did that just get rid of them? Select, remove, remove. Huh, that's interesting. I can't get rid of these. Remove, click. That's weird. Can't remove it. Oh, is it because I'm in view plan? Probably. Yeah. If I click you, remove you, remove you, remove you. So I should be able to make some nice pixel mappy stuff going on. Remove, remove. I think that's all of them, and I think I haven't gotten rid of something which I shouldn't, which I didn't mean to do. Okay, yeah, lights are still there. Group 7. So if we select group 7, we go add effects and we go pixel map. And then how about a line horizontal acting on intensity? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's say we had them all straight out and white as well. Crank this width up a little bit maybe. Maybe the speed as well. I might move these just a little bit to make this move a bit faster when it gets down to the stage. And we will cut off maybe these 5 rows, so 25 by 18 we want to make this. Boom. Now if we... that should remember everything. So if I record... oh, everything's got that going on. If I do that, Nice, that's pretty cool. Except I accidentally included in that queue some other things. Oops, not that one. Some things which I don't want in there. Like this jazz. Ah, you can't highlight multiple columns? Ah, I just gotta do this. Remove. Let's play you back. The only thing a bit of a downside with these pixel map effects, these simple pixel map effects like this, they behave really badly to timing. So if I creep the speed up, I'll put it on the main screen. I'm going to creep the speed up really slowly. So we're at 40 BPM right now. That's 45. That's 50. 53. 55. 60. 65. 70. 75. Oh, watch it just work this time. 80. Okay, well now it's working. Last time I did this, you would creep it up really slowly, and then it would just suddenly shoot off, going ridiculously fast. So you could never get a proper. You can never get the speed you want it to go. If I tap to time this. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's pretty on it. So if I had everything on white and like strobing, all of a sudden it's kind of beginning to look a bit like a show. The only thing I don't like about having this blinder Q stack is you kind of want to jump to just blinders full on quite often. So unless you have this as being set to like release, or maybe if you have the pause button be a macro to tell it to go straight back to the first cue. I wonder if you can do that. Can you tell the pause button? Pause button. You could do pause button uses exact grid 1 and have that be a macro that says set blinds playback to this cue. Maybe. That would be pretty useful. If I could just be bumping through some interesting things and then hit the pause button and it always jumps back to on, that would be super useful. Pause swaps, pause releases. go jumps out of loop. What if you made go jumps out of loop, and if you always looped, if you set it to loop, interesting, if you set it to kind of loop the effects, and then if you ever want to go back to blind, you could just hit go. That could be interesting. I think my trick is going to be having the pause button do something. Pause button uses. Let's try it now. Why not? I'm going to see if I can set the pause button to make the blinds Q stack always jump back to it being on. So, first things first. Pause uses exec grid 1. What's in the programmer? Is it that thing? I don't know. Whatevs. Clear. I did record that effect, didn't I? Yes, I did. Cool. Alright, so pause uses exec grid 1. So I want to go to exec grid 1. View design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So it's going to use this Q stack. I then want, so whenever I hit pause, it's going to hit that. That I'm probably going to want to be a flash in that case. And I want that to queue a macro that says, please jump back to, please set this Q stack to be thingy. So Q stack macros, Chamsys. Q stack macros, please. Oh, this isn't what I want. Probably in here. Q stack window, chase timing. Where's the macros? Macros. Currently mark Qs. There will be a table which will tell me things. Okay, here we go. Q stack macros. Please tell me you can do it. This would be so good. Playback number. Ooh. Oh. Go to QID on playback. This is what I want, I think. So I need to set you to be, I'm just going to move this to my screen below. Make you a bit smaller. So I want a view item macros. This should be G. Playback number, so it's playback 10. 10. QID 1. Preload flag. Preload flag 0, I guess. Don't really know what preload flag is. Fade time 0. Alright. So we're currently in... where's my WYSIWYG gone? So we're currently in spread. If I hit the pause button, let's just have a quick look. So pause button should go back to 1, 2. Pause button goes back to 1. Oh Oh, that's pretty great. So if I hit play, I can play through them. But if at any point the song ends and I'm like, shit, I can just hit pause. It didn't work. Why didn't it work this time? That's interesting. Why didn't it work that time? It I just not hold it for long enough? If you flash it really shortly, it doesn't do it. So that flash needs to be maybe not a flash. Yeah, if I set that to be... Man, I'm glad I found this out. This is a good little trick. Exact. So I don't want you to be flash. I just want you to be on. But I'll record a blank cue. I'll set it to cue timing. And I'll delay the next cue by 0.2 seconds. I will not halt. And I will reset. Release resets to first step. And release after last step. Okay, that might work. Yeah, that seems to work. It plays, it dies. Let's play through. So no matter how short I stab that pause button, it always jumps back to on. That is perfect. Blinds on. Oh, did that? There we go. So, oh man, I can't... I'm so pleased that I found this out. I can play through, hit the pause button, echo on. Let's try and do some bug hunting, because you just know that whenever you find something out in Chamsys, at some point you're going to do some form of it where something's going to really fuck up. So playing through at 100%. Why isn't it releasing now? Yeah, why aren't you releasing? Why is timecode running? Why is timecode running? Release resets to first step. Why did that turn off? Okay. So that should always work. Blinds on, blinds on, blinds on. Maybe I want to set a tiny fade on it. What was the there was a shortcut for making that be fadey. Playback number, QID, preload flag. I have no idea what preload flag means. Chamsys, preload flag. Not sure. If anyone knows, please enlighten me. I'm going to set a fade time of, I don't know, 0.3. Actually, it won't really matter because there's a blinder. It'll fade on anyway. Oh, I'm so pleased at that. Okay. Get over yourself. I was doing some dimmer effects bits. Alright, so we've got our 1-2s. We've got, these need to all be solos. We got some 1-2s. We got some sim rounds. We got some 4s. Whatever the fuck that is. Rig wipe. Center right. A nice thing. And then another one I want to add in is change effects, pixel map, line vertical, and then change the direction to be bounce. Everyone loves the bounce. Could do with the width being a bit bigger of the grid. So 25 by 23, let's set that to 30 by 23. Actually no, 29. 29 by 23. Oh no, I'm on the wrong grid. I'm on the wrong grid. There we go. 29 by 18. Move you there. How's that look? I think we need more width on that grid. So let's go 35. Sacred size, 35 by 18. And we'll move everything across by 3. That's better. Slow it down a bit. You are a bit fast, Mr. Bounce. I think this is what I was talking about, where it goes stupidly fast. Oh no, it's kind of behaving. Don't know why those washes are defaulting back to wide. I keep putting them in narrow. They keep defaulting back to wide. Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to record that. Bottom. Rig bounce. Ooh, these ones I can make. They don't have to be solo because they can run over the top of the other effects because there are pixel map effects. Can you have two running at the same time? Oh, sweet, you can. You can have two pixel maps running at the same time. So I can have top, bottom, and left, right. I mean, that looks messy as fuck. I mean, that looks pretty cool though. Let's slow that down a bit. Okay, yeah, there's a huge jump in speed. I'm going from, this is 80 BPM, and now I'm down to 79, and it's suddenly, there's a huge leap right there. Huge leap. So if you want to get a speed in between those two, you're a bit fucked. Once we get some colour stuff recorded in here, it's going to look a lot better. Oh, I love pixel mappy stuff on whole lighting rigs. Yeah, it looks good. All right, I'm gonna call it there, and I'm gonna get back to this tomorrow, or maybe tonight. Actually, no, I can't do it tonight. I really need to go to sleep. But for now, I need to go out and do a bit of get my exercise going. Got to stay fit and healthy. So yeah, I'll try and get back on this tomorrow, y'all. So, you know, I'll leave you with that. Tune in then. I will be back. Yeah, see you later.